Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to professionally fix a concrete crack. I'm literally going to weld this crack back together, make it disappear. So if you did want to fix a crack in your garage or your basement floor or maybe even your driveway, or if you're going to put down some type of concrete coating, epoxy coating, this is the way to do it right here. This is one way to do it. Now there's multiple ways to do it. Today we're doing it this way. And they're going to end up painting this floor back over again. We're not going to paint it, but they are. But they did hire us to come in here and fix this crack. Now, there's probably a lot of things you're wondering about, like, do you really need to route it out like this? How much do you need to clean out of there? Do you need to fill it in with sand afterwards before you put the repair material back in? Do you use a cementitious-based material or like an epoxy-based material, a two-part material? All kinds of different ways to fix cracks like this, and we do it 2 or 3 different ways. We decided on this method that we're going to do today just because they're just going to be putting a really thin paint over this, kind of like what they have over it right now, a really cheap paint. Now, if they'd hired us to paint it, we would have put down our really nice epoxy flake coating. So the method we decided on today is we're using a very fast setting 2-part polyurea. Now, Darren mixes up, the 2 parts are out on the truck. They're on the tailgate, part A, part B. It's equal parts. So we'll mix about 4 ounces of part A to 4 ounces of part B. And then we're actually sprinkling in a little bit of filler. It's a powder we use, a very fine white powder filler. And it kind of thickens the paste, thickens it, makes it into a paste. Otherwise, this stuff would be real runny, kind of like water. And if it was that runny, it would just run right down through the crack, right down underneath the concrete, and it wouldn't even fill it up. So we got to thicken it a little bit. It's basically just a cellulose powder is what we do. Now, we have very little time to work with this. That's why Darren's kind of getting it out of the bucket, and I'm flattening it out the best I can, you know, in a short amount of time. And we're not too concerned about getting this smooth right now because we know we're going to grind it smooth later using our DeWalt grinder with a diamond cup wheel, and that's really how pros grind crack smooth, is using a diamond cup wheel. So Darren's just kind of mixing small batches. Otherwise, if he tries to mix one big batch, it's going to harden right up in that cup in about 2 to 3 minutes. It would be rock hard in the cup. Then he'd have to peel it out of the cup and just mix another batch anyway. What we like about this 2-part polyurea with the cellulose powder is it also kind of expands just a tiny bit as it cures. So as it foams up and expands, it's going to fill in everything we need it to fill in. And then we're giving it about 15-20 minutes. And as you can see, I can get right back on it with the grinder and grind it smooth. Now, if I felt it was a little bit too soft, you know, you can feel it with your finger and you can tell. It's either going to feel hard or you're going to be able to push in with your finger a little bit. I'd just stop and give it a few more minutes, but literally 15-20 minutes after we get done putting this stuff in, we're grinding it flush. It's like grinding a really super hard foam, if that makes sense. It's not a cementitious material. Remember, it's a polyurea, which is just a little bit different chemistry than epoxy or polyaspartic, but it's a fast drying product, and it also has a little bit of flexibility with it. So, you know, this crack's probably never moving again. It probably cracked very soon after they did the concrete floor, maybe because they didn't put enough joints in it. You can see how it cracked right off the drain. There's no saw cuts coming off that drain, so the floor is going to want to shrink as it cures after they pour this thing. And I mean, that's a big no-no. There always should be saw cuts off the end of a drain like that. And that's probably the major reason why it cracked. So it's, like I said, it's like grinding a very hard foam. So, I mean, it does grind rather easily, but you just go nice and slow and steady, get it ground off, flush it right out with the surface of the concrete. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could leave it like that. We usually take it a step further if we know somebody's going to put a really thin paint over it. You'll see that just in a second. But if we were going to do like a thicker coating, like an epoxy flake coating, we would just leave it like this and do that coating right over it. Now, I just want to take a second to mention our sponsor. The sponsor of this video is the Concrete Underground. That's my concrete training academy where I have all my different types of concrete training videos in there, from, you know, doing epoxy coatings, fixing concrete repair like this, Epoxy flake coatings for garages, like I said. Pouring concrete like slabs, floors, pool decks, sidewalks, patios. Stamp concrete stuff is in there if you want to learn how to do that. So there's all types of different training videos in the Concrete Underground. There's 3 different levels to it if you want, for beginner to really advanced. And you can check that out. I'll have a link for it down in the description. So this is the second part to this, that maybe it's a part that we do that not a lot of other people do. So when you grind a material, whether it's a cementitious based material or even that 2-pot polyurea with the cellulose powder in it, sometimes it doesn't always perfectly flush out, or you might see there might be some like pores in the material itself, or maybe still in the concrete that you just ground, there might be some open pores. So we like to flash it off with this type of material right here. It's another type of putty, but it really works good for filling in any little tiny imperfections that may have arose. Now maybe none did, but if they do, this is just kind of going the extra step, making this thing come out perfect. So Darren will flash it, and again, all these materials we use are in the Concrete Underground, guys. If you wanna learn what they are that we use and where I get them. Darren's gonna finish flashing this off. You can see that goes down pretty quickly. This stuff dries really quick too. That's why he only mixes up small batches like what he's got on that cardboard. And then, he's getting it fairly flat and fairly smooth, but he knows we're gonna buzz over it again with that grinder really quick. So he doesn't have to be perfect with this. He's just got to get it down before that stuff sets up on the cardboard, and he ends up wasting it and has to just mix more. But as you can see, basically the crack is gone, right? Now it's just a cosmetic thing. So it's what's this going to look like after we get done grinding it. And then if you want to end up leaving it like that, you can. You can, whether this is bare concrete or something that's already been painted like this one has, you can leave it, right? It's just going to look like a repair, but it'll be a filled repair. It'll be a workable repair. Like you could drive forklift over it. You could run any type of thing, anything with dolly wheels over this. It's not going to catch up on it. Definitely no one's going to trip over it because it's going to be really smooth after. But this is how the pros fix cracks like this, not just with some cheap squirt bottle you buy off the shelf from a big box store, fill it in. And generally what'll happen with those is, even though maybe you do kind of trowel them smooth with a putty knife like what we're doing, but they're going to shrink again and you're going to end up with another hairline crack. And this is just putting in the finishing touches on that, just buzzing off whatever little bits of pieces of high that Darren left with the putty knife. Just kind of quickly going over it really smooth, getting off any little bit of excess that we left on. And that's the finished crack right there. You could run your hand over that. It would be perfectly smooth. Everything's filled in. Basically, that crack is welded back together. It's not going to re-crack there unless something settles or the frost heaved it, which this isn't going to happen because it's inside a building. That's going to be it.